and welcome back to the 2018 Granny Square Crochet Along. We are on day 34 and we are making this waffle along square today. I have my crochet essentials with me. I have some DK or worsted number 8 yarn, depending on where you are in the world, some scissors and a 4.5mm hook. And this square, using these, should come up at around 6 inches. So let's get started. The first thing you need to do for the waffle along square is to make your slip knot and then a chain of 25. So pause the video, make a chain of 25 and then come back. Okay, so in your chain of 25, you want to go into the second chain from your hook, so this one here, and you're going to make a single crochet. Now we're using US terms for this. This would be a double crochet in UK terms. So you're going to do a single crochet in each and every chain along here. So you're going to have 24 single crochets when you finish this foundation row. So pause the video, make your 24 single crochets, and I'll meet you back at the end. Okay, I have now made my first row of 24 single crochets, and you're going to make 2 more rows of these single crochets. So at the end of each row you're going to chain 1, and then you're going to turn your work, and then you're going to do another 24 single crochets back along the row. And you need to do that twice, so 24 along here, and then when you get to the end, do a chain 1, turn your work and do another row back. So you should have 3 rows of 24 single crochets when you've finished. So pause the video and do those stitches. Okay, so you should now have your 3 rows of 24 single crochet stitches, and our next row, row 4, we are going to chain 2. This doesn't count as one of our stitches, just as the one chain didn't. I'm going to turn our work again, so chain 2 and turn your work, and this time you're going to work into every stitch with a double crochet. So that's just the yarn over and insert, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. So you're going to do 24 double crochets all the way along this row, and once again pause the video and work your way along those 24 double crochets, and I'll meet you back at the other end. Okay, so you should now have your row of 24 double crochet stitches, and this is where the fun part of the waffle along square begins. So you need to chain 1, turn your work. And we need to do at the beginning and the end of every row, all the way along for the next few rows. At the beginning and end, we're going to do 3 half double crochets. So 3 half double crochets to begin this round. So 1, 2, and 3, and then we are going to do a back post double crochet stitch. Now if you've never done a back post or a front post double crochet stitch, this is how we're going to do it. You need to we're going to be working around these double crochet posts. So if you're not quite sure where this last half double crochet has finished and where you're going to start, just look at this row of double crochets and count 1, 2, 3 and find the fourth one. Now this is a back post, so you're going to yarn over, insert into that space before the post, go over the post and back to the back. So we're going from back to front to back, and then you continue your double crochet stitch in exactly the same way. Yarn over, pull through, and I haven't got my initial yarn over. There we go. There we go. Yarn over, front to back, and yarn over, pull through. So this is, you just finish it in the same way as your double crochets, which you've just done a row of. So we'll do that once more. So it's yarn over the next post, back to front and front to back. Yarn over, pull through, and yarn over, pull through your 2, yarn over, pull through 2. So you're doing your double crochet stitch, but you're just going for the back post. You're going front to back. So you're putting that post to the back, a back post, and and continuing your double crochet in exactly the same way. Now try not to make this too tight. It's really easy to get a tighter tension on these post stitches, so just beware of your tension on these. So there you can see it's pulled those stitches to the back and you've got this little ridge here. So they're your back post double crochets. So that was our back post double crochet stitches, and now we're going to do 3 front post. So you're going to yarn over as usual for a double crochet, and this time you're going to go from front to back and then back into the front. So front to back to front, and this post will be at the front instead of the back. And then as before, you complete your stitch in you complete your stitch in exactly the same way as you normally would for a double crochet. So we'll do that once more. It's a yarn over, insert front to back to front, post at the front, and complete your stitch in the same way as a double crochet. So front to back to front, a front post, and then your double crochet. Now don't forget, you can, if you up in the right hand corner, you should be able to slow this video down if you need to, and you can pause and rewind and watch this again. So what you're going to do along here are these groups of 3. So you're going to do 3 more back posts, 3 more front posts, 3 more back posts, and 3 more front posts, and then 3 half double crochets. So do your alternate 3, 3, 3, 3 of back and front posts, and I'll meet you to do the last half double crochets at the end. So I'm just finishing my last front post double double crochet. We always end the row of post stitches the opposite to what we started. So we started with 3 back post double crochets and we finished with front post double crochets, and then we're just going to do 3 half double crochets to finish this row. So as I said before, every row is going to start with 3 half double crochets and end with 3 half double crochets, and that just gives us this nice flat border along by the post stitches. So you need to do at the end of each row, now we're going to be doing a few more rows of these, you need to chain 1 at the end of each row and turn your work, and then you are going to do your 3 half double crochets for your edge. 2 and 3 half double crochets, and then you are going to do 3 front posts. So we're going to start this row with front post stitches. So we started with back post last time, and this time it's front posts. So remember, you're going front to back and round to the front. Now these are a bit shorter now, so just make sure you've got space there. If your row was a bit tight, feel free to start that again with a slightly bigger hook, so that you're not pulling your row in too tightly and bunching it all up. So 3 front post, and then you are going to do 3 back post, 3 front post, 3 back post, 3 front posts, and you're going to continue that, alternating those groups of 3 all the way along. And again, you're going to finish with 3 half double crochet, and I'll meet you back when you've done that. So I'm just doing my last half double crochet of this row. Now sometimes this very last one is a bit tricky to go into. You might have to sort of turn it on its side a bit. Don't get mistaken that it's the chain rather than the stitch. It's quite easy to lose that, so if you need to count those stitches and spaces, then count them along. So that's our round row 6, and you're going to repeat that row exactly the same for row 7. Chain 1, turn your work, do your 3 half double crochets, 3 half double crochets, 1, 2 and 3, and then you're going to continue along this row doing 3 front post double crochets, 3 back post, and alternating exactly as you did on this last row, and I will meet you back at the end. So I finished my previous row, finishing on 3 back posts and our 3 half double crochets. I've chained 1, turned my work and done my 3 half double crochet. This row we are going to be starting with back post, so you want to do 3 back post double crochets, and then you're going to continue along in exactly the same way. It's as simple as that. So start this row with 3 back posts, continue on with 3 front posts, pause the video, rewind if you need to, and you need to do 2 rows of this. So do this row, continue 3 back posts, 3 front posts all the way down, chain 1 and start again with 3 back posts, and I will meet you when you've done this row and back along the other way. Okie dokie, we have just done 2 rows beginning with the back post double crochet. No, we've just done 2 rows beginning with the front post double crochet. So we are now going to do 2 rows beginning with the back post. Have I got that right? Okay guys, I'm sorry about that confusion there. We are doing 3 front post double crochets, and you are going to do 2 rows like we did before. This last row, we're going to do 2 rows exactly the same. So we're going to start with 3 front post double crochets, front post. So 3 front post double crochets, 3 back post double crochets, continue to the end, 3 half double crochets, chain 1, you know what you're doing. So 2 rows now of starting with front post double crochets, and I'll see you in a bit. Okay, so we have got 4 more rows of this post stitch to go, and then we're done with the post stitches. But well done if you've got this far, especially if it's your first time doing these post stitches. They can be a bit tricky to get the hang of, and especially the tension. I have to keep pulling mine up a bit. So we're going to do 2 more rows. And these 2 rows are going to start after your half double crochets. These 2 rows are going to start with back posts, and then if you're wanting to just kind of get on and do your 4 rows without pausing, stop starting the video, then you can do 2 rows starting with back posts and then 2 rows starting with front posts. But I'm going to do 2 rows of back post, and then I'll be back just to remind you where we go from there. So 2 rows starting with your back posts double crochet, and I'll see you down after 2 rows. Okie dokie, so we've just done those 2 rows. I've chained 1, done my 3 half double crochet, and we've got our final 2 rows of these post stitches. Isn't it looking great, guys? So you can see why it's called the waffle along. It's forming that kind of waffle effect. So we are going to do 3 front posts to start with, so your 3 half double crochets and 3 front post double crochets, and just as before, you're going to continue all the way along this row, chain 1, come all the way back up the next row, and that is your post stitches finished. So 2 rows, guys, beginning with 3 front post stitches, and I'll meet you at the end of the second row. So we're going to do our last 4 rows now, and we're going to finish up basically in a reverse of how we started down here. So we're going to chain 1, turn our work, and we're going to do a row of 24 double crochets. 24 double crochets. So that's right from the edge. You're not doing 3 half double crochets now. All the way along from the start to the finish, 24 double crochets. And if you pause the video, I will meet you back down at the end of this row. So we've just finished a row of 24 double crochets. Chain 1 and turn your work, and we're going to do 3 rows of single crochets. So that's just a single crochet, 24 stitches along, and 24 single crochets along this row, chain 1, 24 back, chain 1 and another 24 single crochets. So 3 rows of single crochets and a turning chain, and I will see you back 3 rows later. So I am just finishing my 3rd row of single crochets, and just wanted to say, if you've enjoyed this video, if you found it helpful, don't forget to press that like button, give us a thumbs up, and hit that subscribe button and be notified of when new videos are out. We release a new video every day with a new square tutorial, and in the description box below is a link to our Facebook group where you can you'll see that new pattern every day. There's a written pattern and a chart diagram on there. You can upload photos of your beautiful squares that you've made with us and join in the chat there. So this is the end of those 3 rows. Now if your square is the size you would like it, if you're making the other squares from our group, if it matches those sizes, then you can finish off here. If it's not quite the size that you would like it to be, you can, as this square here, as I've done on here, and you'll see in the chart and the written pattern, I've just gone all the way around the edges with a single crochet. So on this side edge here, you just need to go into each chain and stitch space and just do your single crochets along this edge and then into the top and the bottom. So whichever way is the size you want and the way you'd like to finish off, it's entirely up to you. So hope you've enjoyed that, guys, and until next time, just keep hooking and don't let your tea get cold.